time!
Relive!
Last time! What did happen? Oh, right, yeah. For some reason, I thought that was longer ago. Last time...
I was about to say, dude!
Last time...
Last time we fought Hawk.
Last time, our heroes encountered Hawk, the flying-type expert of the region. And as they traveled... and after defeating him in a battle, they traveled along to Stillertown, with Hawk coming along with them. They reached Stillertown and began making their way to the... west of town. There we go. I know directions. Where they found a cave wherein they would deal with Cade's trial of the Cade's dragon trial to see if he had the body.
Sure it wasn't due north of town?
Rhino.
Sorry.
To see if he had the body, mind, and heart of a dragon. He succeeded, and so he received Shenron, the Totem Kamalo from Lance.
Pretty pimp.
And then Roll20 broke.
Yeah. Let's wait until we were pretty much done.
And also, thankfully, it did get better eventually. So I was able to do the level ups. I was able to put Shenron in Cade's party. And now you guys are heading along the path to Solna Town, the next route, in order to clear it out before you head to Kamatola City. I timed that perfectly. Awesome. Go me. 10 points to Gryffindor.
We forgot to roll the dice before the session ended because Roll20 broke, but Max did it.
Yeah,
Max didn't let us.
Because by the time Roll20 was fixed, at that point I needed to start preparing, and it was 1 in the morning. I wasn't gonna be like, hey, you guys roll the dice and then wait 24 hours for all three of you to have gotten around to it.
Detail would have come in.
Well, it seems more than likely we're gonna do 2 routes today, so.
Right.
We only rolled 3 die, even though this seems like an extra long route.
Oh, this is a 4-die route. It's just one of the days is predetermined because of something.
Okay.
Oh.
Max managed. One of the numbers Max rolled was single digit, so expect a free day.
Yeah, that's actually the first one. Give me a second to grab music though. Let's see.
And then he rolled 2 mid-30s, so I don't know how that's gonna work out.
Let's see. I am totally blanking. Pokemon route music. Yeah, sure, I'll just grab whatever this one is.
Also, 15 out of our 18 team members leveled up from last session. So did you actually keep the combo in your team, Jero, or did you swap it back to the box?
Because a big one with the whole battle against Hawk, I switched to him for now.
Also, Jero, please get closer to your microphone. You are consistently hard to hear over the music.
Well, then lower the goddamn music!
But then the music can't be heard on the stream!
Fair point.
Alright.
I don't want to be mean and say why is that my problem, but I'm not going to be that mean.
Alright. You head onto the route. Let me double check the map so I can actually see which route number this is. We haven't really been keeping track of route numbers because it doesn't matter. This is Route 19. And I believe, yeah, aside from at the bottom from Festrian Town over to Kiana Town, all those, this and the path up to Kamatola are the only routes you haven't done yet.
Aside from the southern part of the map.
Yeah, that's what I meant. At the bottom, boop, 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 boop.
So in total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 routes we haven't done.
Yep. Though, they're not all considered routes necessarily, but it's the same sort of thing. All right, so the first day is a free day. So what are you guys going to do?
I guess even though it's not going to get me anything, but I'll train up Titan since he's the only one with training under his belt.
All right.
he's now at 4 out of 13 because he leveled up.
All right. Okay, what do you
Actually, no, it's 12 because he's level 11 right now. That's right.
Again, I'm actually trying to see who needs a level up at this point. I know two that definitely do not.
Well, convenient for you, you got a convenient for you got a super powered fighting Pokemon before the dark and normal gyms.
Yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna, considering what I'm thinking of, because I do want to try out this method for this one. I'm gonna, Shenron probably will not be using it in the next year. I can say that much.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're actually not using him next gym. Okay.
Again, I'm probably gonna save him for the normal gym.
That's fair. You do have 2 gyms in a row that are weak to fighting.
This didn't get done over the week, but I wanted to replace Rock Tomb with Brick Break on Amy. That can wait. We're not doing the gym today.
Yeah, because right now it's
I can do that right
dark.
now. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, because right now it's dark and freaking, again, I already have a plan for this one.
You have 4 Pokemon strong and it's dark on you right now.
Yeah. But I think I want to... Let's train up Yuka.
All right. Go ahead.
It was a 6 die, right?
D6, yep.
Okay, normal. Not too bad. Not too bad.
It's gonna take me at least 2 or 3 other 3 days to get Titan to actually train up a level.
Rock Tomb has been changed to Brick Break, Tim.
Okay, cool. I'll have to find a move learner to get that back later, but...
I didn't even check his moves.
Now Amy has Play Rough, Brick Break, and Skitter Smack, so she has a lot of things that hurt dark types.
Oh, hey! Freaking... I forgot, considering getting info about this. Should I reveal a bit more about Shenron?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, he's a pseudo, so what's his trait?
Well, first off, I finally have Victory Star now!
Haha.
Yeah, probably one of the best abilities in the game because it's just an auto hit.
And, his
Considering
trait...
the level we're at now, someone with maxed out attack and someone with maxed out defense means you have a less than 50% chance to actually hit them.
And
Wait,
it doesn't mean you don't have Dragon's Maw, but, you know, still pretty good.
Hey, by the way, this trait is busted. Freaking trait Bulletproof, you take half damage from ranged physical moves.
Oh, well, a lot of range moves are special, but still pretty good.
Yeah, that's why it's like that. Because there aren't a whole lot of ranged physical moves, but
the ones that are, freaking, are usually the big ones, and now doesn't mean shit. Well, not don't mean shit, but they at least hurt less.
yeah.
And the personality greatly respects strength and battle prowess, which, considering the prio and everything, makes sense. But yeah, that is Shenron.
All right. Oh yeah, you also have some signature moves because it's Komo-o.
Oh right.
So yeah, Clanging Scales and Clangorous Soul.
Yep.
Langarang.
Kamo can probably learn a large amount of our TMs too. It can learn Breaking Swipe, it can learn Brick Break, it can probably learn Shadow Claw or Fire Fang.
It has Clanging Skills, which is an all hostile in range move, and Clangorous Soul, which is you take 3d8 damage, but deal an extra 2 damage with all future attacks. Take 2 less on all attacks, and movement and speeds increase by 5. So basically, you take a decent hit, but you get bonuses throughout.
Yeah, it's like the ancient power buff, basically.
It's like double the ancient power buff, but with a cost.
Well, it's not double, but it's the same.
Well, alright, that's the way. Yeah, that's the same. Never mind.
I didn't realize up till now that a majority of our TMs right now are special moves.
Are they? Hang on, let me look at that.
1, 2, 3. Is Sandtomb special?
No.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are special moves.
6, 7. 1, 2, 3.
Psyshock, Scold, Shockwave, Venoshock, Draining Kiss, Smart Strike, Leaf Storm.
Smart Strike is physical.
It is? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 6 special, so it might actually be more even than I thought. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, you literally
4,
have
5.
13, so.
Okay, yeah, 7 physical, 6 special. Okay. So, Rhino, what are you doing on our free day?
Money.
Alright.
Give it crabs.
Roll a d20. Hello, I like money. Rhino, why did you decide to spend this free day battling traitors? Money!
Money!
Second one in a row, I think, or I don't get anything.
By the way,
Correct.
again, Lake is asking, freaking, do you still have metronome, Tim? I believe that's a yes.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, Amy still has metronome. Alright.
Yes, she still has a metronome just because it's in character.
Alright, that was your free day. Now, for day 2.
Two.
2 days later. So much later that the old narrator
Tomorrow
got
for
tired,
sure.
and we had to hire a new one. All right. You are going to be getting into. You're going to encounter a Pokemon. Give me a moment.
What? In this game?
What did you think?
I just need to figure out if it's worth even like telling you what the Pokemon is, or if you're probably not going to bother with it.
When I logged in today, Roll20 said there was a new feature where the measuring tool can create AoE effects, but that might be a membership thing.
Yeah, it is.
It did say that. However, me, as having better Roll20, has had that anyway. Haha!
Okay. So I assume nobody is interested in a Cricketune.
No.
Not particularly. I'm
We all
saying,
have better-
enjoy that
we all
baby.
have-
Aiden will probably listen to it for a bit and go, that was neat, and then move on.
We all have better bug types on us.
All right.
I'm gonna try and enjoy beep, beep, beep. Oop. I do not want it on team.
Yeah, hang on.
And I know you have it.
Whoop.
There it is.
Well, when the first route is like this, we're definitely getting to the Common Solar route today.
About that.
Yeah,
here-
you didn't anticipate the battle.
Because now it's day 3, and on day 3, Aidan.
Yeah?
You feel a rattling from one of your Pokeballs.
Oh?
Oh?
Special event, Rhino.
And after a moment, it bursts open, and Goliath pops out, looking around.
Oh, I was wondering if something would be up with this pincer.
What's up, buddy?
He starts heading off towards like slightly off the path.
Well, whenever our Pokemon force themselves out, something important's happening, so let's follow them.
Yep.
Aiden has on his hat and vest. It's time for a quest.
Yeah!
I put on my vested wizard and ranger hat.
I mean, he doesn't have a ranger outfit, so that actually fits.
Yeah. All right. So, let me grab... I know what the music I want is. Let me see if I can find it.
Let's see, gets that tune. Survey says.
I'm gonna guess Gen 3.
You're correct, but how specific can you get?
Route music.
Technically wrong.
Woods music.
As you start heading off the path into some thicker trees. Everybody, roll me some perception.
Okay.
Rhino goes hunting for stuff along the route. Deck you seeds, bullet bag!
Okay, hold on. Someone's talking to me.
Oh.
$11, which means my passive is 16.
Oh, I forgot to do the other buffs. Shoot.
You can do them right now. It probably doesn't take long.
Yeah.
Alright, sorry.
I need to look up.
Alright, we did perception.
Correct.
Alright. I resisted the urge to max out my wisdom. I'll do that next time. But there was some other stuff that I thought would also be helpful.
Alright. So 21 from Cade, 16 from Travis.
That would be passive 20 from me.
Alright. As you're going along, Cade and Aidan, you start to hear some noises in the distance that sounds like a large battle.
I wonder if someone's having a Pokemon battle up ahead. Or maybe it's some kind of territory dispute.
I mean, did we lose track of where your pincer is?
No,
that way.
the pincer is going like fast, but like he's making sure you're keeping up.
I imagine when Pinsir goes through a forest, it leaves a trail.
Also, hang on. What is Pincer's Goliath's movement speed is like 50 feet, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He can outspeed us, but he's also like a
Fast beetle.
linebacker going through a forest.
Yeah, he is also like waiting for you, making sure you actually like catch up.
All right.
He'll get far ahead, and then he'll turn around like, Pete, like hurry up, come on.
All right. Let's
I know my
go.
legs are longer than yours, but yours are freaking pistons.
All right. Continue along for a little while, and the sound of the fight starts getting louder, and you begin to hear something.
The old rivalry.
Sounds like some bug Pokemon getting into a fight.
Question, out of character question, what is considered the more like impactful rivalry? The Pinsir Scyther rivalry or the Scyther Electabuzz rivalry?
Scyther Electabuzz was literally only in one episode of the anime, and I choose to believe that they were only rivals there because of the trainers being rivals.
Also, by the way, both wrong. The biggest rivalry is freaking Survivor Zangoose.
Yeah, but we're talking bug types here.
Yeah.
There's
What
also,
about, I get Pinsir Heracross, is that one considered a rivalry, or is that just...
I would say that's considered a rivalry, but it's generally only in Johto because there's a lot more Heracross there.
It would be based on reality, considering Pokemon started off based on the Japanese kids game where they catch bugs and make them fight.
All right.
That's real. There's TV shows about it.
So you're going to eventually stumble across this.
A lot of Scyther beating up a lot of Pinsir.
there's not a lot of Pinsir. There's 3.
Yeah, you can tell that the Pinsir do not seem to be winning the fight, and also some of the Scyther have noticed you. Specifically, they have noticed Goliath.
The thing is, considering this is to be a territory thing, are we allowed to intervene, though?
Goliath seems like he's about to intervene.
I mean, obviously Goliath, but I mean the rest of us.
Well, it seems like Goliath wanted to come help out his friends, so we should probably help.
True. We don't want to. We can. No. I guess no pincer left behind.
All right,
let's see.
let's go facial flare.
Let me grab some fight music.
Is this gonna be a bug brawl?
That depends. Does Jero want to bring out Mothra?
Fuck it, Bug Brawl. You convinced me. Bug Brawl.
Bug brawl.
And also, in the distance, you can hear every bug type gym leader sense feel a disturbance in the force.
I wonder if Roach is around. This is convenient for us since, well, fire type and ice type against a flying bug type.
Yeah.
It's not as great for Pinsir. I actually kind of think that that's probably why Scyther wins a lot of the time in this little particular
Well,
rivalry.
Unfortunately for Pinsir, Scyther has an evolution.
Actually, I think.
Yeah, but Scyther's also flying type right now.
Oh, actually, this is some perfect music. Good old anime music.
Once Scyther becomes Scizor, it's complete one-sided.
All right, let's get initiative rolling.
All right. Your speed is that much, right? That's a 16 for me.
Well, I wasn't set to GM, but all right, you get to see a Pinsir and Scyther initiatives.
I am 17, so I'm one higher.
Alright, I never actually put my silver powder back on because I was letting Rhino use it, so I do have my fire plate on, which is useful here.
Well, I hadn't. Wait, did I use it?
You did ask to borrow the silver powder a while ago.
I think I said I was going to, but I hadn't done it yet. I don't have it on anyone right now.
Well,
So you-
I have flame plates selected, and I have those fire moves buffed up right now, so I'll just go with that. But once we get to the gym, of course, I'll be switching. And now it is sunny, which I don't think the sunlight interferes with ice moves.
It doesn't. I don't think it does. No. Yeah, it shouldn't. It only interferes with freaking water moves.
Right, so that's a 17 for Mothra, a 13 for Goliath, and is that a 16 for Vision?
Unfortunately, what?
Face off, what happened to have sunny day?
It does have the sunny day move, but it also naturally has the ability that causes sunlight.
True. See, the thing is, there is a thing I can do, but I need to be snowing to do it.
Well, let's see when we get there. The Scyther go first, just barely.
Oh man, damn, literally just barely, damn.
All right, so this is going to be a decently long turn.
Oh yeah, shit, I just realized.
Let's see.
Scyther, use Scythe.
Scyther no scything.
Scythe, Gangnam style.
Scyther no scything. Scyther no scything. Scyther no scything.
Aw, man!
Alright, let's see here.
We just hear like a... We said...
Sounds like
started
one
with
of
a
the
crit,
Scythers
didn't you?
opened with a crit.
Yes it did. Unfortunately, they're going after the pincers.
Oh no!
No, brothers.
Brothers in arms!
Watch the result of this being there is a pincer evolution that comes from the steel plating or whatever, steel coating.
Okay, so this pincer right here, being ganged up on, is taken down.
Oh no!
Oh
We're gonna have to do majority of the work here.
To be fair, that was a crit and there were 3 against him, so.
Ow.
Over here.
Too bad I don't have Fire Blast. I have no AoE moves for
These
this.
two are going against each other still. This one here. Alright, he's still up. And now. Scyther! Aidan! Aidan! As they are all going to charge in and simultaneously use Slash.
Oh, okay.
That is I'm just going to do one roll period, so that is a 26 to hit for all three of them.
It's
Possible to miss.
26 to hit?
Yes. So that is 18 damage to each of you. And then these guys are going to start moving in. All right, Mothra.
Just checking something up with me. Not nearly enough here. Mothra is going to fly up to try to get a bit away from to get a bit of a distance from the size in front of it.
Are you flying out of its reach?
Make it just enough for it to have reach so that because when you guys have bridge attack, it does disadvantage.
Then you're flying out of its reach and it gets an attack of opportunity.
That's what I figured. So go ahead.
Okay. All right. He's gonna try to hit you with an X scissor. 20 to hit physical.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That is 26 damage.
Ow.
Also, you didn't take your damage from the first attack.
Yeah, over the second.
That was 18 damage from the slash. Scyther don't fuck around.
Nope, and because of that. Oh, come on! It's something like this. So just go.
Are you sure? You do have your reroll. It's up to you.
Well, to be fair, this is an event thing. Screw it, I'll do it.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit.
Thank God.
All right.
And he gets out another 2d6.
Yeah, that's 30 damage plus another 2d6.
What the fuck?
Wow. It's like you got combo. That you're good, buddy. All right. And now.
Don't forget.
Oh, right. Oh.
Disadvantage on the save to be frozen.
He was frozen today.
Nice.
Again.
Don't have to worry about that one for a bit.
Kill glass just like it. She literally just lands on top, just like a. And then that's what you get for hitting me.
Yeah, the Scyther did like the X scissor swipe at Mothra, and it like scored the hit, and Scyther's like Scyther, and then Mothra unleashes the ice beam, and then Scyther, still in that smug grin, is completely frozen solid.
Is Ice Beam not a ranged attack?
That's why I moved out of range.
Yeah, he flew up. That's why there was an attack opportunity. I'd say he's 10 feet in the air. All right.
Okay.
Facial flare.
All right. Shrugging off the slash to the face, he coils out one of his facial tendrils and goes for a fire lash on the Scyther.
Go
Right.
facial control.
That'll hit.
And I get to add another d10 to the damage. Actually, I get to add 2d10 because of the sunlight.
Yeah.
So that's 35 plus 12 for 47, and he permanently takes plus 2 damage from all physical attacks.
Damn.
All right.
As this flaming whip strikes across the Scyther's body, leaving a burn mark.
All right then. All right. All right. The pincer, the two remaining pincer are struggling to keep fighting, and Goliath stomps its foot and yells out, "Pincer!" The two pincer are going to... I see how this is going.
What?
They're going to both crit
Oh.
Bug Brawl.
as they turn and bring their horns around one of the Scyther, lifting them up and slamming them into the ground as they're going to use strength.
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting to freaking lift them to the air, then you just hear like a crack as they don't guillotine.
Oh god, no. They're not gonna kill them.
No, not kill them, but like some other actually like to make them submit, like it break, like it cracks the armor.
Yeah, they do serious hits to these Scyther. They haven't knocked any down yet, but Goliath.
Alright. Well, honestly, Goliath doesn't have too much that's actually good against Scythers, because Scythers cheat in Bug Brawl by being part flying.
That's why. That's why other bugs are. That's why Heracross is like, I have a horn, and Goliath is like, I have 2 horns. Or pincer.
Yep.
Yeah,
Let's,
even worse for Heracross, it's quad week.
I think we're gonna try it out as Pincer's going to rear itself up before slamming its horns down on Scyther's shoulders as he uses Body Slam.
That'll do it.
Alright.
Does a 17 hit?
It barely hits, yes.
Hooray!
Nice.
Alright. 20 physical damage and was rolled to not be paralyzed.
Alright. Okay.
Actually, that would have been a 19 to hit because he has the wide lens on.
Okay, that still hits. Alright.
I know it doesn't change anything, but I gotta start remembering that.
Jesus Christ. He's been paralyzed.
Excellent.
Nice.
Wait, damn it! If we could have been booed on the trifecta.
I should have done flame wheel so I could have burned this guy.
Yeah. Who needs try attack?
Back over to the Scyther. First off, let's double check the freeze. I'm pretty sure it's rolled to see if he fell out at the start of the turn. Let me double check that. Frozen. Start of each turn, roll a d4. Okay, not thawed out. So that one is still stuck. Timer's gonna tick down. Also, paralyzed does not have the thing, so let's get rid of that. Alright, the Scyther are going to keep wailing on the pincer, the ones that are in the group.
Oh no, they're whale lording.
And alright, they do more damage. The pincers are still barely hanging on. The other Scythers are going to start rushing in. And
Boy, I wish his AoE wasn't a ground type.
let's see here. Well, I said I was going to do one roll for all of them, and they all miss.
Nice.
Hooray.
Also, I was just looking at Centiscorch's move pool, and that's a TM I should look for.
What?
Oh no, never mind, it's a special move. I was gonna say Bug Buzz, but his special attack is garbage.
Ah.
Although I could go for Flare Blitz. That's a high power fire move you can learn.
Alright, Mothra.
If only
I didn't
it
realize
was
Mothra
snowing!
sounded like that.
I mean, when it's snowing, it's snowing. If you're doing what I think you're doing, snowing just makes it an auto hit. You can still do the roll.
True.
Yeah, it's not snowy right now, it's fiery right now, which helps me.
I know. Though I realized something else as well. Actually, hold on. Oh wait, we said that the cone has to be starting from where Buster is, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So would that still work? So at least get the ones in front of Goliath? Well, two of the ones in front.
You can get 2 of the ones in front of Goliath.
It'd still be disadvantaged because you have a Scyther on you.
No, he's
Well,
10
no,
feet in the air.
I'm 10 feet in the air.
Oh, really? The Scyther didn't catch him?
I actually didn't think that, so because it missed anyway, I'll say the Scyther ran up there but didn't attack. So I totally forgot he was 10 feet in the air. So if the attack had hit, I would have said take your damage back, but it didn't. Yeah, I think you can get the 2 that are in front of Goliath, but I don't think you can also get the frozen one. I'm checking the cone and it doesn't work. It doesn't line up.
And I'll get the 2 in front of Goliath at least.
All right. You can also move over and get all 3 in front of Goliath.
True, I am still in the air.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep, you can get all 3 of them now, easy.
Wah.
Yeah, that'll hit them all.
Excellent.
So do the extra D6.
What the fuck?
3 times in a row.
27.
Give me something, Max.
I mean, you did damage to them. The move doesn't have any. Well, it does the speed decrease, but. Alright. Facial Flare.
Facial Flare is going to do a donut in place as he builds up heat and then attempts to smack the already weakened Scyther with the end of his tail, which is equipped with the flame plate with a flame wheel.
Alright.
Oh, baby!
It's dead.
I get to add an extra 4D. No, I get to add 2D8 and 2D10 to that.
Alright.
So that is 23 plus 15, which is 38. Plus 58, 64 plus 2 from the Fire Lash, 66 damage.
That Scyther's down. As you
Nice.
slam with your tail and knock it to the ground, it barely manages to get up to its legs and start hobbling away. The other 2 Scyther here kind of converge on Facial Flare, like, alright, you took 1 down, but you can't take all of us.
See about that.
Alright.
That is my turn.
Alright, the Pinsir are going to keep on fighting. Alright, no crits this time, but they do hit. That Scyther is down. Goliath.
Alright.
So assuming these Scyther are all roughly the same, that was about 100 damage to take that one down.
Sure, they have some variants.
Does bug resist bug?
No, but flying does.
Yeah, I knew that. I was wondering whether the math makes it worth it to use a bug type move just because of the stab.
Because Pinsir's a Gen 1 Pokemon, its move pool is not the best.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think the stab would overwrite the normal damage?
Yeah, single resistance really isn't that big of a deal at this point.
Alright. In that case, I think what Goliath is going to do is now snip his little pinchers together as he is going to attack the top Scyther in his little row and is going to use X-Scissor.
Alright. Alright, that'll hit.
Alright.
Alright, with the reduction, that is an amount of damage.
Yeah. I'm going to clip your wings so that you stop cheating in Bug Brawl.
Well, the Scyther don't like that, and let's see.
You're born to cheat at Bug Brawl.
First off, still frozen.
What about Mr. Paralysis-ized?
I'll get to him.
Okay.
This pincer is taken down.
No, brother. Number 2.
Only one left, and he's not going to stand much longer.
There's not much I could do to help him.
Paralyzed guy does not get a turn, but let's see. Yeah, that's gonna hit everyone. So
You got over a 26 again.
Yeah. So both Goliath and Facial Flare take 42 damage.
Ow.
This Scyther is going to be flying up after Mothra to hit, so that's also going to be 21 to Mothra.
You bitch.
There's an enemy on my tail!
It was 21, right?
Yep. Because you only got hit by 1. And now it's Mothra's turn.
What? I guess trying to get out of its physical range, thinking if it went down to 5 feet in the air, would still be getting hit with a proc attack, right?
You wouldn't get hit with a proc attack, but you would still be within range to get disadvantage.
You know what? Screw it, Bacon. Even though, to be fair, only one side is going to be able to hit me, so I'm actually going to hit head. Here.
Alright.
And I think. Yeah, I can still hit these 3 when I'm Goliath.
Yeah, you can get those 3 Scythers with the 50-foot cone.
But Megan, the proc attack?
Yes, the Scyther is going to slash at you, and we're going to move on now.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, I guess I should check. 16 to hit, physical.
That misses.
Okay, I figured. Alright.
What is this fight?
Roll the extra 2d6.
If it's double once again, I swear!
It's for everyone. Well, Gerald, there's your other hand.
As Goliath is facing these 3 Scyther, and suddenly they all get ice, like, forming on their sides, and they all fall over, and you just see Mothra behind flapping its wings, like, Rose! Alright.
Picking. Hail to the queen.
Facial Flare.
Alright, he is going to do another Fire Lash at the bottommost Scyther. Hiya! That's another hit, so I get that 2 more d10 on the last round of the sun being active.
That's on the Sunday.
So that's 26 plus 4 for an even 30.
Alright.
And that's me.
Alright.
Thank you.
The pincer over here. Goliath is going to go, Pincer! And the pincer that's over here is going to look back, sort of surprised, before it's going to slam its horns into the ground and burrow underground with Dig.
Good lad.
Essentially, keeping it away from the Scyther. And now it's Goliath's turn.
Alright. Alright, Goliath is actually going to charge towards where he saw his fellow pincer go down. And he's going to stop on the way at this Scyther and is going to, let's see. Yeah, I think so. He's gonna almost shoulder check it as he gets close with a body slam.
Alright. Alright.
25 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit. And,
Roll for paralysis attacks.
yeah, he got paralyzed, but his health's low enough, I'm just gonna say he's out.
Well, bam. I'm charging.
Well, now it's the Scyther's turn, and they see what's happening. Die! 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 Die!
Oh
That's
god!
He's being the big hero.
As they all gather around, they all bring their size up, and at the same time, they go in for an aerial ace.
Oh lord.
Oh, well, fuck.
I'm being the big hero. Oh, fuck.
I can't believe you've done this.
Alright, so that's another... Alright, so in total that is...
I'm wincing.
78 damage.
He's not down. That's about all I could say.
Alright, over here, this one is going to continue chasing after Mothra. And it's going to get in close and go for a slash. 19 to hit physical.
Hold on. You said 19 to hit?
Yeah. Alright, 16 damage to Mothra.
Ow.
And at the end of this turn, this guy is no longer frozen. Up here with Facial Flare,
Oh, what was the damage again? Sorry.
16.
Thank you.
Up here with Facial Flare, a couple slashes. There's only 2 left, so I'll just roll them separately, which I think ends up meaning only one of them hit, because one of them was an 18 to hit physical.
Barely a miss.
Alright, the other one hits, so that's 21 damage.
Ow. Still in triple digits.
Alright, Mothra.
He wants to help friend, but somebody is being too much is being such a fan here. Oh, actually, I know what I can do here. Because to make things a little bit harder.
He's dancing. Look, the scythe is dancing.
As the sun goes off, we can enter the glittering snow.
Alright. It's now snowing.
And Rosa is going to just gonna actually if he can just don't check how far he can go. She can't go. You know, just for no particular reason, they're just gonna get right here.
Alright then. Scythe's gonna take attack of opportunity.
I know.
24 to hit, so that's 20 damage. Well, actually, you're right, you take less because of the snow, so that's 18, I believe. Yes, 18. 18 damage to Mothra, and then it is Facial Flare's turn.
Alright. You go for another flame wheel on the hurt Scyther. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say
another hit?
this, Rhino, if you can have Goliath hide, that'd be great.
Yeah,
So,
about that.
That is 24 plus 20, which is 44 plus 2 from the Fire Lash.
He's
Is
down.
46. Nice. Only one more to go.
He's got nothing to hide.
And I'll move just a little bit up.
And no, Goliath is offense.
I figured.
Yeah, he's probably going down this round. Well, next round.
Goliath.
Yes.
As you are surrounded by the Scyther, part of the ground suddenly opens up beneath you, and you are pulled down into the pincer's dig tunnel.
Oh. I was just gonna go Hail Mary, but that works.
as you are now pulled out of the Scyther's rage. And the Scyther all just kind of look down, all like, hey? We fly, we don't understand ground. Do you want to do an attack on your way down?
Sure. Which one of them looks pretty healthy?
They're all about the same at this point, I think. I think the bottom one is the one that's most hurt.
Do any of them look as weak as the one I shoulder charged?
No.
Okay, that's what I figured. In that case...
The one you shoulder charged was the one the pincer had been targeting, so...
That's fair enough. In that case, as Goliath was sort of preparing himself to attack, as he is pulled down, he will clack his pincers together as you see him lean his head down almost parallel to the ground before they come together with one single snicker snack as he uses guillotine on the one on the left.
Alright.
Alright, so it's -5, so this is a total of -3, so let's see. Oh, there we go. So, does a 21 hit him?
Yes.
Alright then. Ka-chunk for 57 damages.
He's down. It's like, you know what? It's like a horror movie. You grab him as you fall into the hole, and he sticks his sides in the ground and like, sigh, as he's slowly being pulled down the hole.
I was just imagining it like the log game, but that works.
Alright. The Scyther, the ones around here are like, sigh. You are 10 feet underground, so they're not able to reach you. They are going to start sharpening their scythes as they all use sword stance, like, he's gotta come up sometime.
I could do that too. I just chose not to.
The Scyther over here is going to get behind Facial Flare and go for a slash. That is a 19 crit.
Damn it.
Could have been better damage, so don't worry.
There's been a lot of crits this fight.
Yeah, for a crit, that kind of sucks. That was 20 damage.
Oh, that's less damage.
2 damage.
That's less damage than they've been doing with normal hits.
Yeah, he rolled really badly on the dice. Also, he didn't have stab. He had slash. Haha. Alright. I'm smart. Alright, this Scyther, who's now no longer frozen, is like, hi, everyone's over there. Hey guys, what's going on?
We're playing Slash-a-Mole.
Mothra!
So, confirm that Goliath's gone, right?
Goliath is 10 feet underground. You would have to specifically aim down the hole to get him.
Excellent! Oh, Scyther!
Sigh.
Mothra's just like, bro!
Yeah, I knew it.
And then it just goes, whoo!
Alright, automatically hits. So go ahead and roll another 2d12 for super effective. That would have hit anyway, to be honest, but...
Oh, come on!
That's still pretty good. So that's 35 plus the 17, 52 damage.
If any of... Okay, no.
And they all like fall over shivering.
When freaking Goliath picks his head up, he's just surrounded by freaking statues.
Alright.
Oh, it's hibernation already.
Facial flare. There's one Scyther left. He looks like he is reconsidering his life choices. What do you do?
Make the decision for him. Or miss. I could also miss.
Yeah, you miss because he is running away now.
Fair enough.
Run away and never return.
You get an attack of opportunity as he tries running away if you want to go again.
Sure, just because facial flare, being that his personality trait is being a perfectionist, is mad that he missed and he wants a do-over.
Do it.
That'll do it.
That'll hit, yeah.
That probably won't take him down, but that is a total of 29 plus 5 is 34.
Alright, he's not burned.
Somebody take a
Yeah, he's flying away at like he's going slow for a Scyther at this point. He can still outpace you guys, but he is retreating, and that is the end of the fight.
There were a lot of them, but they weren't that tough.
Goliath pokes his head above the ground, and then is followed by the pincer as they both come out of the ground.
Crazy how Pokemon have a sixth sense for this stuff from so far away.
It may have just been a basic sense. We heard him after a bit. Maybe he's more attuned to his own calls. Good job, buddy. I'm glad at least one of your friends was up when we were done.
The others they're still alive, so like once the Scyther are gone, they're like slowly like getting up. They were just kind of like not able to fight anymore. As they are talking.
Yeah, the pincer mouth has always been like both interesting and creepy to me with its little like sideways teeth that kind of like flare outwards.
Yeah. Goliath turns back to Aidan and goes, Pincer!
What does that mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, can I get a sense of that?
Roll animal handling.
Okay.
How's the big translation?
Passive 20. Unless passive is only
passive
perception.
animal handling, sorry.
Yo.
You don't know really what he's saying, but he sounds urgent.
I will go towards him.
Alright. You get up to him, Pincer! Points at one of the unconscious Scythers. Pincer! Points at the pincer with a Pincer!
They're invading your territory?
Pincer! He nods.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, at least I got that. Well, was that all of them?
Pincer shakes his head. Pincer.
Yeah, I figured as much.
The second one speaks up. Pincer! Points at one of the Scythers and then, like, flexes his horns together.
Fight goes on.
Again. You can roll animal handling again.
Thank you.
There you go.
He's saying the leader of the Scyther has gotten stronger.
Oh.
That would explain why they've become so bold to attack like this.
Yeah. Where are the rest of the pincer then?
More to the point, so what happens to the pincer's leader? That's the better point.
Pincer. Because you had a crit, I'll allow you to know this one. The pincer's leader was defeated by the Scyther's leader and left in shame.
Remind me.
Journey of self-discovery.
Remind me, I might be misremembering, but have we encountered a Cleavor in this campaign?
Brooke had one.
Right. Could it be that the Scyther's leader could be either a Scizor, or a Cleavor?
Maybe. I would think that would be what it means by it got stronger. Unless it got stronger in a different way.
unless it somehow became like an alpha or a totem, which doesn't seem likely in this region.
It Gigantamaxed.
Oh,
We should-
Lord.
Oh
So
lord.
sounds like does maybe Goliath want to go challenge it so it can get the pincer's territory back?
That seems about right. Goliath seems like it wants to help, and you did see it kind of take command during the battle earlier.
You definitely seem like you were in your element. Maybe we should get you a little patched up though before you go.
Yeah, maybe we
That's
should
what I
take maybe we should take like an hour break so we can heal up.
I believe, if I remember right, yeah, my pincer is in a heal ball. He fully heals on a short rest.
All right. So are you?
He's a
gonna
warlock.
are you gonna take a short rest then?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get your buddy settled, and by the time that's all set, knowing you'll have bounced back to full strength.
All right, facial flare, come back. Let's take a break.
All right.
You doing, Maza?
As you all kind of settle down for a bit, the pincer that were around wake up, and some others kind of come out of the forest. It seems like they were also already defeated by the time that you guys got here. There were about a dozen of them plus Goliath. As they kind of bring out some berries and such they had foraged and kind of drop them in a pile in front of Goliath.
Nice little storm we got here.
Pizza.
Well,
Bob.
not to be doubtful, but if their leader really is a Cleavor, that still puts you at a bit of a disadvantage in a 1v1.
I don't think that'll really stop him from trying.
Huh? Do we have any TMs or anything that might help Pincer? I don't think he can learn.
Good question.
I don't think he can learn any of these.
I think
Pincher learned Fire Fang with his little tiny teeth.
I think he can learn Brick Break.
That would be neutral against a Cleavor or Scizor.
And he already has Storm Throw, although that move just kind of came out of nowhere.
Pincer can learn Storm Throw. I don't get it either.
Look, I barely know what Storm Throw is.
In the actual games, it's I think it's an auto crit move. Here, I just made it basically the flamethrower of fighting types, pretty much.
What held item does Goliath have now?
The Wide Lens.
What's his to hit bonus normally?
13. The Wide Lens is good for like Guillotine, which normally has a -5.
Okay, fair enough.
Then again, that's a one-use move, but
I was gonna say, since Goliath is fighting for his people and to get their territory back to stop an oppressive force, he could borrow the sword medallion.
Well, yeah, that's a extra step to all physical moves.
I'd appreciate that if you want to give a loaner.
All right, Travis will bring out Titan, and you see, kind of like looking like a Dark Souls enemy. He's just, I like to imagine, just for fun, instead of having a teeny tiny sword, the sword transformed to be a giant sword in his hands.
I mean, it's not actually a sword. It's a metal with a sword emblazoned on it.
Fair enough. Okay. The last
And now
Titan-
imagine it's like a little sword metal that grew with Titan, so he has it like stapled, so now it makes an X over his chest where his crack is.
Yeah. He'll ask Titan to bend down and he'll take it off and be like, someone needs this a bit more right now. So he'll let Aidan take it and be like, we are fighting for justice here, so it seems applicable.
Hey!
Here you go, buddy. Now, put it on his little abs.
All right. Go ahead and.
I don't know where else I would put it. What, am I going to put it between the pincers?
So yeah, that's assuming he's level 12. That's an extra D10 to all physical moves.
He is.
Yep. Go ahead and fully heal him because it's the short rest thing, and because we're short resting, if anybody else wants to do any healing for their Pokemon,
We've only done this one other time. How does it work?
I believe they get hit points back equal to half their hit point maximum, and they do not get any PP back.
Okay. Okay, so let me bring you out again, buddy, so I can heal you. You were missing exactly 101 health.
It's the first time I've gotten some use out of the Warlock Ball, but I knew it would happen one day.
Okay, so you get 92 health back. You're basically full.
Alright, so you guys take the rest. Once you guys have basically rested up, the pincer are going to kind of stand up and, like, gesture for you all to follow.
Alright, let's go.
Alright, let's see.
I like Blake in the chat, Max, don't butterfree Goliath.
You can't stop me. Alright. I'm looking for some good music for this. I'll give this a try. I have no idea how this is gonna sound. All right. So you travel along through the forest, and eventually you are going to reach. Let me just set this up because it's using the same map. Hang on. You guys need to be on the other side now.
Gasp. Goliath, why are you way over there?
He ran ahead. And as you get closer, there are going to be kind of numerous pincer, like that are like leading the way, are eventually going to kind of fall back behind Goliath.
I'm imagining like a line of pincer, and then just as we go, just the line slowly bends to where it's now at an angle with Goliath in front.
Pretty much. And up ahead, numerous Scyther, including the one from the fight earlier that got away. And behind them is sort of not really a mountain per se, but like a rocky hill that goes up a fair distance with a little cave in it.
Ah, the King of the Hill cave.
And you hear as something starts coming out of the cave.
Alright. See what we got.
Stepping out into the sunlight, Cleavor!
Yeah, I knew it.
Yep. This does make sense to be the one that would more naturally happen in the wild.
Yeah, very unlikely that a Scyther would just find a steel coating somewhere.
I always imagine Cleavor coming out with like the slasher thing with like one arm just dragging behind it.
Or yeah, that's basically what it's doing. As the Scyther kind of back up to allow Cleavor in front, as the pincer back up to allow Goliath in front. They're gonna form a little arena. Alright.
Ooh.
Alright, now, let's see if this music is good. Alright. The Pincer and Scyther are choosing to stay out of this as they leave it to their respective leaders. Go ahead and roll, make an initiative roll, Rhino, to see who's going first, Goliath or the Cleavor. Okay, make another roll because we tied.
Truly, our battle is already legendary.
Oh, you automatically go last.
All right.
Sad face.
They had the same speed bonus as well, otherwise I would have gone to that. But yeah, all right, the Cleavor is going first as it sees Goliath. Drag its axes on the ground. Going to bring them up. Cleavor! As it is going to charge forward at this new foe.
Well, good news, it not being flying type anymore actually makes a lot more of my stuff effective.
And it is going to use Stone Edge. Try to start off strong.
It does
It
resist.
still hurt me a lot, though.
It does now resist Guillotine and Body Slam.
Yeah, but I can now use
Yes,
Bug
after-
Move.
That is... any day now we're playing. That is a 24 to hit. Physical.
Yeah.
Alright. So that is super effective, so let's throw more of these in.
Interestingly enough, Cleavor's only weaknesses are Steel, Water, and Rock.
Yep.
That is 39 damage.
Ow. Ow a lot.
This is not going well.
Alright, your turn.
Can't really keep up with that damage output, but I guess we'll see what happens. Let's see. Looks like it done some nice secondary effects here.
That brings its
Don't have a lot of
axe
those.
down and slashes against Goliath's body.
I guess Goliath will go for his own direct attack as he's going to respond with X Scissor,
Alright.
which will be neutral now. Oh,
Or miss.
alright.
Yeah, that does not hit.
I'm gonna use my reroll
Alright.
because this is important. Oh,
Great.
Alright then.
alright.
Alright, the Cleavor, dodging the attack, is going to bring its axe along the side once again as it goes for a stone axe attack.
There's so many stone moves.
That is a 19 to hit physical.
Miss.
Alright, as it brings the axe, this time Goliath is able to duck underneath it. It passes right between the space between his horns. Your turn.
Alright. Does he seem to be holding anything?
The Cleavor? No, he does not have any items.
Alright, we'll do X Scissor again. Now you see why I had the wide lens on him.
I mean,
The
you'd
wide lens
still be
wouldn't have
missing.
made it hit, trust me.
I know, but so far I've rolled a 2, a 1, and a 2.
Alright. Cleavor's going to continue dodging as you're doing like the typical anime thing back and forth where like you keep attacking each other but dodging at the same time. As he's going in for another stone axe. 21 to hit physical.
Miss.
Alright.
Alright. That pitcher is going to dodge to the side before attempting almost a headbutt-like motion as he's gonna... I mean, I might as well. One more X Scissor. There we go.
That hits.
And then another D10. Yeah.
So that's 42 damage.
Alright. Now we in it.
Alright. Cleavor takes the hit, stumbles back a little bit, glares down at Goliath, and is going to go for another stone axe.
But the unfortunate thing is I only have one of those left because it took a lot to actually hit the damn thing.
That's a crit.
Of course it is. Alright.
So that is... Let me throw in the extra damage. That is 50 damage. And
Oh boy.
for the next 4 turns, you're going to take 1d6 damage at the end of each of your turns, as there are little pebbles stuck in Goliath's body.
Well, this is not going to be a long fight.
Alright, your turn.
Do a Hail Mary. What the hell?
Gerald?
What?
Did you sniffle or something?
Oh, just in the mic. What?
Okay, it sounded like a snore, but I knew Rhino was awake, so I was confused.
Oh,
Me too.
my bad.
I was also confused.
I was like, holy shit, is that how I sound?
Is that my voice? Is that my voice?
It's me! It's me!
Man, might as well. I know it's not going to be very effective, which is going to cut the damage in half. And I'm not rolling well. I'm talking myself out of this. Goliath is going to attempt to latch onto the more fleshy part of one of Cleavor's arms away from the nasty blade with his last X-Scissor. Yeah! I wish I would have gone for the other thing I was considering then, but oh well.
Alright, that hits.
Alright, so let's see. 30, 40, 51.
51 damage, alright.
Hitting back.
Alright, roll a d6, you take 1d6 damage from the rocks.
Alright.
Hey, you know that fire spin shit you keep doing?
You've done that in a while. But fair enough.
Alright. Cleavor is going to use his last stone axe and try to hit you while you're still, like, clung onto it. That is a 25 to hit physical.
Yep, that'll do it.
Alright.
At least it wasn't a crit this time.
That is 35 damage.
Okay. Oh boy.
And that refreshes the rocks to 4.
Of course it does. Alright.
Alright, your turn.
Okay, well. There goes my best move. So, what else we got? Alright, Goliath is going to spin himself around on the thing's arms before letting go, flying up, and slamming down onto the ground as he uses Earthquake.
Alright.
Alright.
That
And then... Alright.
31 damage. Alright. Wait. Oh, right.
He didn't put the sword emblem on the sheet because he's gonna be taking off right after the fight's over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Alright. Cleavor is still holding on. And it is going to try to get you with a rock slide as you slam down on the ground. Oh, wait, roll a d6. Take d6 damage first. As you slam down on the ground, jostling some of the earth loose, it's going to slam its own axes down and bring the rocks up to slam into you with a, as I said, rock slide. That is a 23 to hit physical.
That'll hit.
Alright. That is 37 damage.
Alright. That means Goliath is down, but we do have a certain bell.
Yes, you do. As, I assume you're going to use it.
Yes. Any
Alright.
objections? I know it's a group item.
I think that's a no. I think that's good to go.
Alright then. Come on, Goliath. You got this.
Alright.
As his little tiny stick arms still move.
The Cleavor, having covered Goliath in rocks, is going to bring its axes together and slam the pile of rocks, sending Goliath flying back through the Scyther into the cave that the Cleavor came from, with a loud crash.
Oh.
And with the Goliath sent out of the arena, the Cleavor slams its axes on the ground. Cleavor! Sigh! 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 Don't start that back up.
I accidentally paused it on my thing.
I'm just imagining like a Scyther over there with a guitar going like, oh, fine.
But you told me to shred. Rhino,
Yes.
roll perception.
Okay. Passive 20.
Oh, 19's
I have to
not
lean on that hard.
19's not good enough for you, huh?
No, it's not.
Fair. Alright. From inside the cave, you spot some rocks falling from the walls. As these shining black rocks fall to the ground. And then you see a light.
Ooh. A boy.
And stepping out of the cave, Lyncher!
You say lyncher?
Lyncher.
Oh shit.
Cool.
He has axes on his head.
I love the mask.
It's so cool.
Oh, and his little stick arms aren't sticks anymore.
And he kind of has legs now.
Lyncher! As Rhino, I'm going to give you access to a new character sheet.
This is what I figured would happen, and I'm glad I was right.
You now have access to the new Goliath sheet.
Okay then. Take a look, see. Oh! Oh wait, what is this? Okay.
As the Cleavor takes a step back in surprise, for it slams its axes on the ground, ready to continue fighting. Go ahead and take your turn.
Oh, that is interesting. Okay. It's back on. Sorry, I'm absorbing all this.
I have been holding on to this one for a
in
while.
that case- Yee. In that case, you see as Lyncher comes out almost in his hunch stance as he slowly flexes his claws, his horns, his feet, before suddenly the shell on his back clicks open and he charges forward in a beeline. And instead of fighting purely with his head like he has before, Instead, you see with his other 4 limbs, he grabs onto Cleavor's narrow body to where now it's difficult for him to get at him with his own axes, as Lyncher's own head axes start to just grind away as they lock themselves around Cleavor's body as he uses Gallows Grasp.
All right.
Which is a hell of a name, by the way.
Thank you. I'm just gonna say this is an auto hit, so just roll so we see the damage. It hit anyway.
All right. All right, so they are now grappled.
Yeah. So yeah, this has the same
Give me
effect.
a hug.
This has the same effect as moves like Bind, where if the target takes damage, they become grappled, and as long as they're grappled, they take damage equal to your attack stat at the end of each of their turns. Now, why don't you tell everyone what Lyncher's attack stat is?
So, as of right now, with its maxed out 6 EVs, Goliath's attack stat is now 15.
Wow, that's higher than the pseudos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Even among my special attackers in my team, the highest I think I've seen is 13, with maybe 114 slipped in. So this guy
The only
just
thing higher,
broke the limit.
the only thing higher is Muramasa with his +10 gimmick.
Yeah, just as a note, I made sure everybody's like custom Pokemon evolutions had equal stat spreads. I made sure of that.
Nice.
So, that also means that technically, Pinsir to Lyncher is not as much of a stat increase, but still. Alright, the Cleavor is...
Well, that's fine. He gained like 5 in speeds, and a fly speed, and a climb speed, so he could just be everywhere now.
Yeah, I am everywhere. Oh yeah, also, do you want to take a look at his trait?
Oh, there's a trait now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
probably
is,
won't come up this fight, but...
I am everywhere. I am everywhere.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Trait Sharpness. You are immune to stat reductions that affect your damage dealt, and you ignore the aspect of the burn condition that lowers your physical damage.
Oh.
Yeah.
I will attack, and I will not be stopped.
Alright.
Do it.
So,
Both of you just getting these perfect Pokemon right before a gym that's weak to them.
I was trying to do that with you with Caribidon, because that was before the fighting gym. And you
Yeah,
just did,
sure,
and then I think you didn't. I forget if you brought him in or not.
No, he was
No.
the one. He beat.
Yeah, he won.
He beat
Well,
the combo
yeah.
just barely.
But yeah, I've been trying to do that on purpose. Make sure you guys get an evolution, and then you can use it. All right. The Cleavor is like, oh, I don't like this, and it's going to try to bring up some rocks to hit you with a rock slide.
You cannot escape my hugs. My
So are you still
pointy
pure bug?
hugs.
Are you still pure bug type?
That's a good question. Let me see. No, he is bug fighting.
Ah, nice.
24 to hit physical.
Yes, that will hit.
Oh, sorry, 23 because rock slide is a -1.
That will hit.
All right. Now because you're fighting type, this isn't super effective anymore.
Hooray!
So that's 23 damage.
Alright.
And
I
now,
need to Hexblade.
and now your attack stat is 15, so the Cleavor takes 15 damage at the end of his turn.
Yeah, it's just like it's just he squeezes him. It's just like you just.
Great Lord! All right, your turn.
All right. Well, he's already. Let's see. All right. Let's have some fun then, as you like hit, tossing people around. So you see, as Goliath is going to open up his wings once more, and the two just huge bug Pokemon are going to take off into the air before he flips over and slams Cleavor down into the ground as he uses Earthquake with Cleavor's head.
I love it. I love it. Go for it.
Yeah. Also, I forgot to do the bonus D10 in the last one, so here's just here's 2 of them.
All right.
I was too excited by the new stuff.
As Goliath flies to the air, and then basically like how the anime represents seismic toss, you fly in the air and then turn and dive to the ground, slamming Cleavor in, and just making the entire ground around here just rumbles. You guys have trouble even staying up. Even the Scythers are like, Scythe! As Goliath steps off of the Cleavor, who is too weak to continue fighting.
Yeah.
Gives a big flex. Linsher!
Hell of a name, too.
And then he turns to look at the Scythers. And the Scythers back away!
I also fly now.
Sigh! And as the other pincers start coming forward as well, like, we got your back, boss! The Scyther are like, nope! And they fly away. And Cleavor, once it gets up, is also going to run away. Though not before stopping, turning to look back at Goliath, and giving a small nod.
Yeah.
And then it retreats.
We will return one day.
No, that was like, I respect you.
That's fair enough. My boy became a fucking, like... What's the...
He's an executioner.
No, I get that. What was the...
What do you, like, the typing?
No. It was a descriptor.
Leader, Alpha, Apex.
I'll think of it.
Axe.
No,
guy?
go on. You go on. It was like just because of his like build now. It was like
Goron?
I think it was. No. He became like a
Tank.
He went from like a twig to like a hulking behemoth.
A Hulk?
No, I had a better word, but it escapes me with all the epicness.
Juggernaut.
Maybe, but it wasn't quite what I was thinking. I mean, it was looming. He almost needs to have like gorilla pose.
Yeah,
But that may just be just be like the particular.
He doesn't walk on his hands, but he is like hunched over slightly because of the weight of his axes.
That's fair. Oh, look at him.
Isn't he so destructive?
Huh, you're taller than me now.
Ninja! As he grabs you in a hug and you take 2d6 damage.
Okay. We have to be careful with those.
He uses Countless Grasp with you.
No. I don't want to be nearly headless, Nick.
Nice defense.
So, fun fact, by the way, while you were fighting that Cleavor just normally, you got him down below half health before the evolution. If you had defeated the Cleavor with Guillotine, I did not have anything planned.
I have debated using Guillotine to see if I could just get the Nat 20, which I did get the Nat 20, but I didn't use Guillotine.
Seeing as there was such an uphill battle, I kind of expected this to happen.
I mean, I thought maybe with the bell I could maybe squeak out a victory.
You probably would have, honestly. But, yeah. So, Pinsir evolves into Lyncher when exposed to Black Auguryte. Just like
that's what it's called.
Just like what makes Scyther evolve to Cleavor. As the rock kind of forms a helmet on him.
Nice.
Alright.
Who's my big behemoth now?
I like how both Pokemon had axes for appendages.
Yep. They're kind of meant to be like Cleavor also has the Cleavor also has the frickin' the sharpness trait, so they're like mirrors, sort of. Which is what I feel like Pinsir and Scyther were meant to be, and then they fucked it up by doing Caesar and Cleavor, so I fixed it.
It was like, here's this rivalry. You get an upgrade. What about me? No.
What do I get? Oh, you get a rivalry with another Pokemon. Oh, okay, and they get a Mega Evolution. What the fuck?
I mean, Heracross also got one, but
that's what I meant.
But I mean, Goliath also got one, but I thought it was funny that it turns him into Scyther's type.
Yeah.
I think this might be the only case I can think of a Pokemon with a Mega Evolution just getting a normal evolution after the fact.
Yeah. Well, Mega Evolutions don't really happen here, so.
Yeah. I'll admit, I half expected something where like he ended up with 4 pincers on his head, so it looked like one of those weird mouth aliens. But I like this. I like his hood.
Yeah, I'm specifically going for like an executioner look, and that's why Gallows Grasp. His name is Lyncher.
Does he have a flying speed now that he has wings?
Yep.
Yes. It's not as fast as his foot speed.
Oh yeah, he definitely looks like a slow flyer.
But he can do that, and he can climb now. And because, funnily enough, because of his speed now, and the fact that I gave him the not affected by difficult terrain trait, he will just go across the battlefield now, I think.
He just goes where he wants to go.
I wonder if Roach knew this was a thing. Should tell him about this next time we see him.
I should show him.
In fact, Cade, you never messaged Kada after you beat Lance.
Yeah, we need to fix that thing. I would right now, but we're kind of
later on, just all caps. Did you know?
Kind of responds back. What's up, Bill Nye?
It sounded. She mentioned a him coming to find us, so she had to know.
Yeah, she's the region's dragon expert.
Well, I guess we should get back on the route now. It's starting to get a little late.
What? Is the baddest not going to take a picture of myself with Razor and also Shenron and just had made a new friend?
Feeling cute might delete later.
We've still yet to meet the region's ghost expert. I wonder if they're part of the Elite Four. That'll be interesting.
That's a good question.
There's a few experts you haven't met yet. Let me check.
Yeah.
We have not met Normal or Dark, but we know where they are. We've not met Ghost or Fire.
You have not met Ghost, Fire. You also have not met Psychic.
They might all be Elite Four members.
True.
Because that's the only. You already know that Hawk is an Elite Four member.
So yeah. that's the only place where they could be. Those 3 that we're missing.
Or you just haven't run into them yet.
Yeah, I'm about to say they could just be around. I mean, that's what the grass expert's doing.
It could always just be the fact that we've met an expert and we just don't know they're Elite Four because they didn't bring it up.
That too.
True, although it seems like they're trying to keep a lid on the Elite Four.
Yeah, because they don't want people to prepare for them, really. They want to just use your raw strength.
Let's see how far we can get up.
Well, I have that now.
Let's see how far we can get up the route before we have to camp out.
Alright.
How much can you move those? Is looking at the axes now. And I'm imagining one of them just spins like 360.
he flexes them enough that they completely go across each other like hedge clippers.
I'm sorry, you put it in my head now. But don't. I just imagine that you said the 360 spin, and when it does the spin, you just hear like the freaking spinning seal. Everyone's seen that fucking video?
God.
Also, I take my sword and move back.
Yeah.
Here you go. Thanks for that.
Or the Pokemon version of it, the spinning seal.
Ah, yes. Alright, so the Pinsir are grateful to Goliath for helping them. It seems like they're going to be able to handle the Scyther from now on. Like, don't make me get my big brother again.
Okay,
Cooking
good.
that-
I
was kind of worried, like, once we leave, what happens?
Yeah.
Plus, they also know now that the black Augerite is what causes the evolution, so they could just be like, yeah, look at us now, we all have axes.
Fools, we all have swords.
You fool! We all have axes!
Although, that does make you quad weak to flying now, so
It's a good thing we already fought Hawk then.
We need to go with the bad.
Before Dark Type Leader brings out Haunch Crow.
I'm just saying for the Scyther.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The Cleavor are going to be the main issue.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyway, let's get going.
Alright.
The big boy.
Alright, back to the map.
Our
Back
last
to the
route
map
roll
again,
was
yo.
our last route roll
Back
was
to the
another
map
30,
again.
so I'm not expecting anything crazy.
Alright, let's get the route music back. Alright. So. This sounds like it would be credits music in any other game.
It does.
This is like the victory you did it music. Alright. For this last one, for this last thing on the route, you are once again going to be running into a wild Pokemon. Let me see if it's worth bringing out.
Oh, is it only one?
Yes. I'm just once again seeing if I bother bringing it out. Like, if you guys are not gonna catch it, then I'm not gonna bother.
I'm once again asking for your Poke interest.
And this time it is. Do you guys care about Duosion?
Whoa. I mean, that line's pretty good.
Like, I already have a psychic type, but it's very weak. It's like, believes like level 5 right now because I haven't used her since the beginning of the campaign.
That is the
That
wrong,
guy.
that is the wrong sprite, but
Team, stay.
yeah, I freaking grabbed the wrong thing. Hang on, I grabbed the one I already had from when a Grunt had one before. Hang on.
I'm okay. I don't see a psychic type being necessary in the future.
I'm okay, but what about you, Cade?
I think I'm good.
Do you want a gloop?
Gloop versus Glurp.
I mean, if it
You
was
have Loki.
yeah, I already have a gloop. If it was a slime, it was a certain slime, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, no, you already got your pseudo. Shut up.
I know. I'm not gonna freaking bite the hand that feeds me. I'm fine, really.
I know. All right.
Or should I say snob?
All right. Then you see the Duosion kind of hovering along, and then you just kind of keep going.
Just.
Well,
rolling around.
All right.
So is that its nose or its mouth?
No.
Mouth.
You like to know?
Tim, mouth, me, nose. Jero, don't ask.
well, aside from the Pinsir and Scyther, that was a pretty uneventful route. Guess we
Also-
should head back to Stillard.
Also, I think it is a mouth. All right. So yeah, you finished that route. Is there anything you want to do, or do you want to go back to Stillard and start the journey up to Kamatola?
Well, it's still quite a bit of time from before the next contest. Do we want to go for the next Legends thing or not yet?
Probably not yet. We just did one pretty recently.
Alright.
Just
The route.
thinking you say, what was the next legend thing, Max? Sweats.
I don't have it ready.
Alright, so we'll head
We
back
don't even have the next.
Oh, I got it. I'll just play the song of time and then it'll be ready.
to the White Ocarina.
Oh right. I'm glad.
Also, one other thing. As you guys were leaving the forest, Aidan, Goliath comes up to you holding something it found.
Oh.
It is a purple triangle.
Hey!
Oh. It's been a while since I found one of these.
How many does that have us now? I have 3. Cade found one last week.
I think this is my second one.
So how many do you have, Jero? 2 or 3?
I believe I had taken. I know I'd taken one for the game, but I think I had already had taken the second one beforehand because you already had 2. So I think we're down and up to 9.
Well, Rhino said this was his second one. This would be 8.
Oh, so we're up to 8.
Yeah, 8 sounds about right.
Not bad.
All right.
Yeah, I
should
haven't found
not-
many
we
of these.
We should not lose track of these. These are important.
Yeah, we should.
I am keeping track of. You know what? Here, I'm gonna do this.
Do we have a Magic Dorito tracker?
You do now. As
Yeah, I have 3 on me.
there we go. Under the strange triangular stone handout, there is now a count, which is 8. So
Cool.
all right.
Well, time to roll for the next route, I guess.
All right, back to Stone Town. All right, this one's gonna be interesting. You're not gonna roll for it yet, though.
Okay.
Because when you arrive at Stillard Town, you're going to find something.
Guys, I found a thing.
As you're getting ready to head out, you come across. You know what? Roll either perception or insight.
I was getting ready to say passive 20 again.
They're equal for me. Damn it! Why am my
You
roll
said
so bad?
What are insight?
Perception.
Perception or insight.
Oh, wow, that sucks.
My rolls have been so bad today, and I didn't even do perception, so I don't get a passive.
Guys, I cleaned my eyes off.
All right. You are going to spot Aidan. As you are going to spot some people. You all see them, but Aidan, you're the one who does like a double take at them because you kind of see them through like some other people, and you notice they are wearing lab coats.
All right.
I mean, that's not
Aiden's gonna,
automatic. That's not automatically a bad thing, but
Aiden's gonna hiss at the others to get their attention and nudge his head towards them.
oh. I mean, do you think?
You have to come out for supplies at some time.
Also,
You
remember
think-
the Max Lab was destroyed.
I was about to say, do you think they're out here because a lab was just destroyed and parts are scattered all over the area?
Maybe. I don't think there's a professor in this town.
Not that we've been told, and we didn't see any particularly interesting buildings.
Totally they can. We need to be careful because we can follow them. See, they can if they have supplies, they're able to follow them to where they are.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. I don't have stealth proficiency.
That's
All
fine. Neither do I.
Go ahead and roll stealth, everybody.
Okay. So just dexterity. Okay, that's pretty good.
All right.
Oh no.
Cade, it might be up to
dexterity.
you. It might be up to you, Cade.
You're
Wait.
dragging me down.
Wait.
I can only
I'm
give
so
inspiration.
sorry, Jiro.
I can only give inspiration to one of you.
Hold on.
I guess to Jero because a 2 is a lot worse than a 5.
A 5 is more than double of a 2.
Okay, that actually makes it a million times better.
All right, and that's not mathematically correct, but all right.
Well, if we were playing Baldur's Gate, crit fails would exist.
It's true. I want to play that.
So do I, but I don't think my computer can run it, and plus it's $60.
All right. You guys are kind of following along with them. Occasionally, they like look over their shoulders, and you guys are just like, oh, we're just browsing, talking. Hey, that weather. There is a point where Aidan starts leaving the group to get closer, and Cade starts to follow, and then Travis grabs them both by the collar and pulls them back.
The hunter's instinct got the better of me.
All right. As they start to head this way, they start heading out of town, heading slightly onto the route up above towards Momotown.
Oh. Alright, yep, I'm suspicious now.
Yep, they're heading north. This is definitely seems weird.
Aidan puts a hand on a rope.
Wait.
Are you following them? Are you following them out of town?
Yes.
Yes.
Roll another stealth. You no longer have the town to help you hide.
God damn it.
Yes, but now we have the forest.
Oh, we're screwed.
Can I use my knowledge of nature to camo myself?
Not unless you want to spend like an hour doing that and then they get away.
Fair enough.
Max,
Yeah.
I was gonna do the Vegan set this up. I didn't know how to, because I know we did get a skill from the thing. One of the skills be for stealth.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, but you set that up for me because I don't know how to. I forgot.
Oh, hang on. So you want to gain. Okay, so you gain a. So you got a new proficiency and you gained a points to stats. Did you already do the points to stats?
Yes, that I did.
All right, so you just want stealth proficiency now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. Let's see. Your proficiency bonus is 6, and that. Yeah, okay, that adds up. All right.
Also,
there you go.
Also, because I think you also we're also doing a new saving throw, right?
Yeah, you get a new saving throw.
Give me.
Wasn't that a long time ago?
No, I did that for the Max Lab and Cade's thing.
Yeah, we got a +2, a saving throw, and a skill.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
I didn't even hear about that.
it was in the chat. It was in the chat. In the freaking.
Didn't see it. Well, I'm gonna give myself stealth proficiency because that actually does fit.
And
I took sleight of hand.
It's hand stealth.
It's rope-related things.
Rope-related. I should have had Pinsir just be like a rope Pokemon.
Just he turns into a cowboy.
Yeehaw. He still has the horns, but they each have a cowboy hat on. And then he also has one in the middle.
If we add my new proficiency to that, that would be a 14, because I'm still weirded out by how we somehow have 6 proficiency, not 5, but...
Just go with it.
Yeah, Vegan. Also, just because I feel like it might end up helping us for some reason, could you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Sure thing.
I gave myself Constitution.
All right. Boop.
Wait, so that means he has Dex and Wiz, you have Dex and Con, and I have Con and Wiz?
You don't have Dex, fool.
No, I look. It made more sense to do Con for him.
Okay, so
I just feel with all the freaking stuff with like ruins and everything that he's been doing. I feel that was like with Cade and the dragons and everything. I feel, and also legends. I feel like the wisdom fit.
Yeah, makes sense.
Join Wiz Club.
Also,
alright, so now I need Jared's new stealth
that's
check.
better.
Okay, 26, 14, 16. That's pretty good.
All right. You're still able to stay hidden as you go. You no longer have like other people to hide behind, but now you have trees and bushes.
You know what they say? Stealth is other people.
Now go ahead and everybody roll perception as well, because we're going to see if you guys can overhear what they're saying.
22.
22. Come on, Jero.
27!
Activate laser ears.
All right. Travis and Aidan, you can hear like bits of it. Cade, you creep forward slightly more, and you're able to hear the conversation more or less in full.
Then I said, no, because I'm evil.
Aren't you gonna wash your hands? Love that show. I just watched it and I want to rewatch it. Alright, you hear them discussing, so how are we going to get the lab back in working order after what happened? Well, don't look at me, it's not my fault that thing went crazy. Weren't you the one that was in charge of the experiments? I was in charge of the experiments for the Machamp. Get it straight.
Would have been a lot worse.
Who was in charge of the Alchemy then? I think that was Todd. Fuck Todd! What happened to Todd anyway? Is he dead? I don't know.
I think he was in the vanilla layer.
Do you think anyone died from that Alchemy thing? I haven't seen Julia in a while. She's on vacation, you idiot!
We get vacations?
You on vacation days?
Maybe we should be evil.
The other actually says, wait, Julia gets vacations? Yeah, don't you? No? I'm lucky I even get overtime. You get overtime?
Look at. They're making month and a half over 60. Really?
Yeah.
Turns out HR was the true evil.
You guys don't get that you guys work so hard. I know, right?
Yeah, this is like you guys are they're walking along saying this, and Kate just kind of walks up and joins the conversation. Like, man, you guys work so hard. Why aren't you getting this? I know, right? Who the fuck are you? But yeah, no.
There's a consensus, and that's all. Actually, no, I'm actually from the I'm actually from the insurance company.
They call me Coatless Carl.
What the fuck?
Alright, so you overhear all that. Now what? It sounds like they're heading back to the Max Lab to try to, like, rebuild.
Also, hearing some of the stupidity from this Kane help us stop that just thinking, why am I suddenly missing Team Skull all of a sudden? But yeah, he would tell them that they're trying to rebuild the lab.
Alright, well, they definitely got to no good. But it's also not a fast process. Do we catch them and give them to Looker? Because really, they haven't got much on the scientists.
We could, but if we're able to follow them and they leave it to at least with the fact that they're getting supplies mean there has to be more of them. We can at least get one of the big ones, or one of like the big ones around. We'd be able to try to get more info. Maybe even hopefully find out what
they're heading to the Max Lab. You already know where that is.
Oh, right. Well, they have to be hiding in the next lab, and also if considering what we last time had lands, maybe there might be some other people still around that are investigating. If we can cause enough of a ruckus to distract them, maybe they might be able to come to assist.
So what's the plan?
Again, Aidan's suggesting capture. I'm suggesting for a follow to wherever they seem to be gathering up is, and then engage.
They're going to the Max Lab.
and I know that, but we also know that the Regan Lance had already sent people to investigate the Max Lab. So if we find out where they're heading around that area, we cause a commotion. Maybe whoever Lance sent over there can also come in, and we can capture a lot of them.
Okay,
that's what I'm suggesting.
Sorry, I didn't really gather that second half there. Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Cade.
Aidan puts rope away sadly.
I mean, again, puts hands on shoulder. We can let you up the big one when we get them.
It's not
Well-
the same.
Oh, I feel bad.
They might know about something that we missed during the commotion with the Alcremie.
Yeah, maybe they had a basement or something. That music scared me.
Look, it's the only stealthy music I really have on command right now.
And hey, if we get into a battle with them, you can let Velvet have her revenge.
True.
All right.
That's right.
Are you going to continue to follow them?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. They are going, now as a note, they are going to the Max Lab, which is at least a couple days walk away. Are you prepared to follow them for that long?
Yes.
I would have said that. I would have guessed that when we were in town before we cut up them and resupplied. Yeah, I'd say we're good.
Yeah, you would have gone back to town. You probably found them after resupplying because you were about to head up the mountain.
Yeah.
All right. If you guys are fine with that, then go ahead and give me give me another stealth roll, everybody.
Oh dear.
This is going to be sort of for like throughout the day. Rhino, if you get a 23.
Come on.
Well, it's literally impossible.
With that attitude.
Wait, that's just. Oh wait, no, you don't have stealth. That's right.
It's fine. You still got high enough. You guys are able to keep away from them enough. You set up camp a distance away from them behind some trees. You don't use a fire or anything. You kind of I assume you would like have watches set up instead of everybody going to sleep at the same time for this case.
Yeah.
All right, that's the DM saying you should do that. All right, at this point you're about here. All right, the next day comes, and they're continuing along. Go ahead and give me another stealth roll. The DC will be lower this time because you have avoided being detected in the slightest so far.
For stealth again?
Yep, for the second day of following. Rhino.
What's up?
Stealth.
Oh, again? Okay.
Yeah, because it's the second day.
Alright, still pretty good. That's a total of 52.
Alright. You still have not been seen yet. As further progress is made. Go ahead, everybody, roll perception. See if you can hear what they're talking about today.
I feel like for some reason, because it also fits with my freaking Jameson card, I just spending a lot of time studying up on freaking Aidan's Noibat.
Rhino.
What? No, it's... Oh, okay.
Are you falling asleep?
I feel like he is.
A little bit.
Perception.
Perception.
Wow, never mind. He's done.
You better stay awake, because I'm about to tell you what you're hearing.
Laser eyes.
Laser ears, Rhino.
Laser nose.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Alright, all of you are actually going to overhear this, pretty much, as you all hear them continuing to talk, saying things like, do you think anybody's still investigating the lab right now? Well, if they are, we'll have to sneak around them. We're just trying to retrieve anything that we can and getting out of there. Okay. Where do we go when we're done that? Probably we'll just head back to Stiller Town for a little bit and then maybe move over to the multi-lab. Look, it's the only one that's still working. There's the monitor lab. Can you swim? No. Then shut up.
and that can't help but thinks they really don't want to go to the multi-lab. Why?
What?
Like, can't help but think why they don't want to go to the multi-lab.
They didn't
Because
say
it's
that.
across the fucking region. He complains more like, why do we have to go that far over there? We can't even fly because we'll get seen. Well, it's the only other place we can go. So they don't want to go there because it's across the region.
Fair enough.
And Aidan, are you still awake?
Yep.
You overhear one of them
I
say.
am.
You overhear one of them say. Besides, after their new acquisition, they could probably use a little extra guarding.
Thinking that to which at that I'm pretty sure thinking Aidan would tell us that he makes something about an acquisition.
Alright. So do you just continue to follow at this point?
I'm assuming that means that Aidan told us.
Rhino, did you hear what they said?
I think I did, and then I forgot instantly.
Jesus Christ.
I'm trying to work through it. I'm sorry, my fatigue turned up late today.
It's fine.
To be fair, considering I'm feeling kind of tired myself because of work, I don't blame you.
Alright, basically you heard them talking about how, like, you know, they're gonna have to move over to the multi-lab. And one of them says,
Oh.
because, like, they say, it's the only one that's still working besides the monitor lab, and that's in the ocean. And one of them also says, besides, with the new acquisition they have at the multi-lab, they could probably use some extra guards.
Oh.
Which I feel as you hearing that, you would tell the rest of us.
Yeah. Aidan's gonna fall back a little. He's gonna whisper to the others. They're thinking of relocating to the multi-lab, which they say is the only one that's actually running right now, aside from the ocean one. And I think they're gonna have a Reggie there.
Wait, are you sure?
They said new acquisition, so it sounds like it's something big.
Either for the lab itself or Reggie, that does make sense.
And you know, they did recently get an ally.
Very annoying one.
I just need to say this real quick on Twitter. Someone says, what do these three colors remind you of? And they show blue, purple, and red. And someone responded, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but someone killed Michelangelo. Alright, anyway. Are you going to continue to follow them? At this point, you're probably going to need to set up camp and follow them tomorrow as well.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So they're giving good information so far.
Alright. Go ahead and roll stealth for setting up camp.
Oh boy.
Hey Kay, do you think we should call Looker on this so he could meet us there at the lab? So we could pincher these guys?
Again, Can I do you one better? Because not what I was thinking, but I do want him as an ally one of these days, Max. I hope you know this.
I know.
I feel like he's chaotic neutral.
Nah, he'd be more chaotic good if anything. After the second game.
He's chaotic neutral. He just doesn't want anything evil right now.
Fair. But they can do one better if they can show context and to be able to show to remind them that after the battle they can actually have Lantis info.
Drew, he was on this case, wasn't he?
Plus, remember he said he had some he said some the others that were also, that like were with others that he had asked to be able to help him with the situation, or he had already sent him some to the Max Lab. If we could send, maybe he could get into contact with them to see if we can maybe set up an ambush for these guys.
Drew, maybe just update him with what we know then and what we're doing.
And just to get two birds with one stone. He would discreetly message, but having the Rotom form on I guess silent. He would discreetly contact both Looker and Big and Lance about what's happening. Like pretty much saying, Big ran into some of the rogue scientists that they're heading to try to recover supplies at the Max lab, currently following at a safe distance.
All right, it's easy to do that because they both start with L. They're right next to each other in your contacts list. But all right.
Is it that I'm also imagining when he did that, Rotom was trying to help. He's like, I see you're trying to text these two people in your phone. Would you like me to group them in it? No, mute, stop.
I see you misspelled distance. Would you like me to correct that for you?
Oh, by the way, because of that voice, I actually know what that means. I know exactly what that means. You get the point a lot of people have been doing AI covers and shit.
I don't watch those.
Fair, but there's one that someone made that I think you a lot of people would enjoy, Max.
Oh boy, what?
You ever wanted to hear Doofenshmirtz sing Perry's theme?
Oh boy.
All right, I'm in.
I'll look that up when we're done here.
I have it on my legs. I'll send it to you after the stream.
All right. So you
I hate how good it sounds. Anyway,
you send the text, and the two of them are gotta respond all right, I will be there as soon as possible. All right.
That's why you sound weird.
And then Aidan rolls stealth for setting up camp.
All right. Can I roll sleight of hand?
No.
Oh.
Because you're trying to hide more than just your hands.
Can I roll nature?
Can I roll persuasion to convince them that we're not here?
Well, that wasn't very good. It was going to catch us eventually.
You do still have your reroll, Tim. I'll let you decide if you want to use it.
No, I don't. I gave it to Jared earlier when we got a 2.
Right. Then if that's the case, I'm pretty sure. Hang on.
That was an average of 11.
Yeah. As you're setting up the camp and trying to keep an eye out, you one of them goes, "Shh! Hear something? We're out in the forest, you idiot. There's Pokemon out." No. I think we're being followed. And what do you guys do now that they seem to be aware that you're nearby?
I climb a tree.
I was gonna say we could let one of our Pokemon out so they just think it's a wild Pokemon about to distract the freaking throw them off.
Aidan from up at the tree. What?
I mean, which of our Pokemon would be the least inconspicuous?
And that they also wouldn't want to capture. I got nothing. Unless you want me to take out Goliath.
The least inconspicuous of mine would tend to be Sakura.
Yeah, all my Pokemon would look pretty weird out in these parts, I think.
Facial flare might be okay. All I got is Goliath. So we might just be better off
I mean, you can give it a try still. Kate, it was your idea. Do you want to?
I mean, no one else says anything. Others, I'm gonna do something.
All right.
I'm guessing for this to make her act like she's a wild Pokemon and just go off, and then after a while, coming back. I guess it would be animal handling. Or nature.
I think honestly you wouldn't need to do that. You just tell Sakura what to do, and then she'll just do it, sort of thing.
Yeah.
She's not like
in
a
that
new
case,
Pokemon, so.
yeah, in that case, yeah, I would tell her to like maybe like go on ahead, maybe act like just a wild Pokemon like it accidentally like ran into their camp, and then like once it spots them, she just gets spooked and runs off, and in a wild direction. And when she loses them, comes back to us.
All right. All right. So you send out Sakura, and Sakura kind of goes up ahead, kind of staying behind some bushes and whatnot, before near their camp. She deliberately like rustles some branches. They all turn in that direction, and she hops out like, Sil? And one of them goes, Sylveon! Well, that explains what the noise was. Well, don't just stand there, you idiot! You know what we were told! Come on, grab it!
There it is. Aidan readies the rope.
Hold on, considering they were setting up, it doesn't seem like they might have anything immediately on them to be able to go capture her. So,
they do grab Pokeballs.
but again, I did instruct her to like jump in, then immediately run away. So unless they have anything to be able to catch up to her.
What is her speed?
Hold on, I can tell you.
What is her saunter?
Dirty.
All right. As Sylveon starts to run away, one of the scientists throws a Pokeball.
Oh shit! There's a rogue scientist icon now.
As it launches a sludge bomb that impacts the ground in front of Sylveon, stopping her enough that the Garbodor is able to catch up with its 40-foot speed.
Again, and I really just to try to be able to run away, freaking cute. Because it would like just do this to get away quickly. It would use like to be able to blind not just it, but because I'm assuming they'd be nearby the scientists as well. It would use Sand Attack.
You can use Sand Attack on the Garbodor?
Yeah.
All right. Problem is, oh no, never mind yet. Because it ran up to you. So use the Sand Attack. At this point, though, the other scientists are you know what? Here, I'm gonna say, go ahead and do a speed roll for me, as if you're rolling for initiative.
Okay.
Oh, it's crumbling.
As the Garbodor tries to wipe its eyes before Sakura can start running. Cookie. A Kingler steps in front of it, keeping it currently pinned between the two of them. This is for the record. You guys can see this all happening.
Aidan has his rope and is holding a Pokeball or two.
And the last one is going to step forward and send out another Pokemon so that the Sylveon is as pinned as possible.
How the fuck? Shit.
As Sylveon is now pinned between three Pokemon.
You need to act now.
Yeah, we do. We can do it. But honestly, I had this as a backup plan. Very honestly, are the scientists grouped up enough?
They're starting to spread out as they head over towards the Sylveon. I would say altogether they are within 30 feet of each other.
I'm gonna see to be able to like make it that they can't run off. They can. I hate doing this on people, but it would make it that they can run off and we'd be able to go to get some answers and at least to be able to contact freaking Lance and look at our location. Freaking, I was gonna have monster stunts for them.
You can do that, but you're not going to be able to get all of them. You'd be able to get, because let's roll the attacks 1. You'd be able to get 1, and then they would all see, like, you're there.
Yeah.
Here, let me, You can kind of get a view of what's going on here. So, are you guys gonna do anything?
I'm looking through my options, but since it was Cade's Pokemon, I was gonna let him make the first move to see how he wanted to play this.
Yeah, if it seems like Cade's is gonna be... If Cade can't get himself out of this, then a fight's gonna have to happen.
Again. Which, I think to be fair, considering Sakura was running away, I did feel she would have disengaged, would have been 60. So,
you can't disengage, dash, and use Sand Attack all at once.
No, I know that, but I mean, as in, like, had the 60 thing done, Wigan would have been before. Never mind. It's already too late.
You can disengage, but then you cannot dash, or do a move. You can only do one of the 3.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, as in, like, had it disengaged at first, would the attack had still blocked her path? I mean.
So you're saying, like, when the Kingler comes out, Sakura would disengage? If you disengage, you can run 30 feet. The Kingler has 40-foot speed. It catches up to you.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
That was the whole reason they sent out Garbodor and Kingler first, because it could catch them. Copperage here is mostly to corner you.
Fair. Okay. What if so try to, like, but I at least slowed enough so they can't run away. Would Icy Wind hit all 3 of them? Or no?
Not at this angle.
No, yeah. No, we're gonna have to engage again. Unless either of you two have any suggestions of what I could do here, again, we might have to engage to try to save Sakura. I would have thought it would have been a better idea, but I guess it didn't work.
They just had high enough speed to catch up to you.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Where are the scientists relative to where we are?
I'd say you... okay, it currently says that you guys are, like, about 40 feet away. I would say that's more like 80 feet, but otherwise, the scientists themselves are accurate for where they are to, like, everything going on. They're starting to approach.
Okay. Well, it's possible. If Sakura can survive a round, I can maybe sneak up behind them with something.
I will say this: Sakura is surprisingly tanky.
Yeah, it's just they have a steel type and a poison type.
Well, the poison type is blinded right now, which is good.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
let me mark that.
So if you want to have Sakura maybe just tank for a round, I can maybe try to sneak up behind them and see if I can get Titan to get on top of the scientists.
Who would? Another see if any yeah, actually, now that I think about it, none of my Pokemon would probably would make sense if that would be like near. Yeah, I guess I not just to like keep the. But then again, would Sakura be able to still do stuff even I'm not about to direct it though? Max?
What? What is the question?
Would Sakura be able to still would she be trained enough that she'd be able to still defend herself even if I'm not there? Or would I need to reveal myself to give her directions?
She would be able to defend herself, but it would basically just come down to her just launching attacks at whatever is currently attacking her. There would be no strategy behind it.
That's fair. I mean, I think considering it is dark, I don't think they would immediately know who I am.
I'd say with the moonlight, you're all in dim light. They would not be able to identify you from this far away, really. They would, if you came out of hiding, they would see there's a person, but they wouldn't necessarily know who you are.
I'm taking a risk here. If I end up being a distraction for them, then and I'll be able to at least be someone else to be able to help out here. Do you think you two can be able to get them?
Rhino, Tim.
The suspense is killing me.
What's your plan?
That I would go out to the being essentially like trying to protect getting another Pokemon out to be able to distract them, like pretty much like trying to get them to stop like trying to take my Pokemon. And while I'm distracting them, you two can try to get we can try to be able to get the scientists.
I can try to do that.
Rhino?
Is Rhino asleep?
All right, move on.
Really?
Look, if he can't stay awake during D&D, we move on and he does stuff afterwards. That's how we do it.
Okay.
So Cade, what are you going to do here?
And this like I would say like would be like me like hearing the commotion and Megan. Like he would like Cade like going out the bushes and going like and being like, hey, get your hands off my Pokemon!
All right. Are you kind of like running in then?
Yeah.
All right. Let me move these back slightly. Okay. So where would you think you would be like in relation to like everything going on here?
I feel like I would be like probably like not too close to the battle itself because it's not going to.
You can move yourself to a specific space.
I feel like I would probably be like around here, like a good distance away that the others aren't noticed, but like still close enough that Sakura can be able to see me. I would still obviously be, because of it being like dim light and everything, they still wouldn't be able to directly know who I am.
All right. So yeah, you run out yelling that. They all kind of look your way in surprise. It's like, I knew someone was following us.
Thinking, I don't know who you guys even are. I'm just here trying to camp out and look for some Pokemon and you're just ganging up on my Sylveon.
Roll deception. That's charisma.
Doop. well, when you're stealthing, you move at half speed, so I can go only 3 squares a turn.
Yeah, I'll say you don't have to roll stealth as long as Kate's being a distraction, so you get to keep doing stuff. I'll say you get to move again because they've had it back and forth at this point. So.
Doop.
Doobie-dooba.
Yeah, right. Who are you?
Considering there he is. Considering I got to my Pokemon, to be asking you guys. I'm pretty much getting out. Pretty much like putting on the Pokemon. Get away from her.
Roll intimidation. That's also charisma.
Does Sakura have the fairy thing that lets you get an advantage once a day?
I don't believe so.
Actually, no. He has your charm.
Yeah.
Again.
Doop.
Basically, every time Max gives you a roll, I'm going to be moving a little bit.
Yeah, that basically that works out for it. All right.
Again, I'm just trying to think who would Could I let the Pokemon out first and be able to give a boost of intimidation?
I'll say go ahead. You can let the Pokemon out. Yeah.
Because it might be an intimidation factor, and the fact that if these scientists are as smart as they say they are, it might be he might be more unique looking. This might be worth more of having him out might actually get their attention more, and also I don't honestly just intimidate them. They can like go for a certain Pokeball, let them out, and just like a sunk right freaking a bit ahead of me, like pretty much like towering over. Then Guacamole. Now get away from her, or else.
All I heard was Jero say cock.
What the fuck?
Roll intimidation now.
With advantage?
It's a lower DC.
Intimidation, that'll be charisma again, right?
Yep.
Oh, what the
Ooh.
hell?
I mean, your charisma's not that good. It's +1.
So,
They do seem like, oh, this is going on. I want to say, hey, we're just trying to capture a Sylveon. Shut up. Look, do you really think you can take us on? As it says that at this point, the Garbodor has gotten rid of its blindness, and the Pokemon are now like looking your way, but they're still keeping Sakura pinned.
So remind me, how far can I release a Pokemon?
30 feet.
A little too far still. Need to get a little closer.
go on. Pretty much despite like them saying that can you take all of us on, Kate just because actually considering that he is obviously so worried about soccer, going like it's just like standing his ground going, I am not about to leave one of my Pokemon behind. You again, if it's a battle you want, so it's a battle you get. So either fight or back off. And as Kate's standing its ground, you should see freaking Pokemon like just like start veering up, almost as if it's like almost like doing a bulk up, just Coco.
It's Como-O for the record, but
Como-O, sorry.
that's why Tim was saying cock. Go ahead and roll another intimidation. This one you will have an advantage on.
That's better!
Not 20. Good job. So many. How many crits is that this session?
A lot.
I mean, considering the double crit from the pincers, yeah, a lot.
At this point, they're like, "Whoa, okay, calm down. Look, it's late at night. I think we're all just tired. Look, guys, it has an owner. Let's just let it go." And then the Pokemon start kind of backing away from the Sakura.
And then like he can while Sakura's slowly making her way back to Cade, Como-O just pretty much looking over at them, like giving them a glare, like they can try it and live to regret it. Like pretty much giving pretty much think that the stare down only not just a protective Pokemon, but a dragon can give.
Yeah. So they're kind of like they're backing off. And one of them is gonna roll perception to see if they happen to know who you are. They do not from this distance. All right, look, we're just gonna go where we're going, and you go where you're going, and this never happened, okay? We're just got off on a bad foot. Everything's fine.
Again, like he's just trying to do conversation at this point, just to like, it's almost like he's trying to de-escalate, but it's not going to let them run away. That girl is just going like, the fact. I'm only willing to let this go because he didn't actually attack her while I was still around. But still, if you want to go after a Pokemon, make sure they're not owned first.
We didn't see you around. It gets nudged to the side. Yeah, okay. Like, don't anger Dragon Man. All right, Travis, are you going to do anything at this point?
Since it seems like a fight is not going to happen, he's actually going to stay in stealth and see if he can keep following them separate from the group.
All right, they recall their Pokemon, and they're gonna say to each other, "Come on, let's go find somewhere else to camp out." My feet hurt. A whole lot more of you is gonna hurt if we stay here. Come on, go. And they do start heading off, constantly like looking over their shoulder to make sure you're not like following them.
Like pretty much imagine that like almost like being like Sakura is pretty much doing like the plant of her life, and she's pretty much like jumps over into freaking Kate's arms, quivering. He's trying to calm her down, and Komo just giving them a stare, like he's like while they're looking to him, make sure he's not following. He's making sure they don't have any funny business. Like just going like, yeah, keep walking or else.
So Travis is unknowing to the rest of the group, gonna keep following them to see if he can find where they're gonna camp out.
Alright, I'm gonna say make a single stealth roll. They're very rattled by what happened, so it's gonna be a very low DC, but go ahead and roll stealth.
26.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You needed to not get single digits. Alright, so yeah, you continue following them for about another 10 minutes of walking, and then they start setting up their campsite.
Alright. With that, Travis is gonna get back to the rest of the group, and it'll be like, sorry if I made you worry. Once I saw they were backing down, I figured we could keep up the chase again. I know where they're at.
Again, I didn't expect to have those sort of Pokemon with them. I mean, Sakura would be able to give them the slip. Again.
Seems like if they come across any rare Pokemon out here, they're just gonna try to catch it.
Which makes if we try that again, any of our Pokemon are targeted dead rate.
Yeah, at this point, we don't have any Pokemon that someone would see and be like, oh, that's not worth it.
Hey, be completely honest though. If you were just walking along and you saw Sylveon, you'd try to catch it.
Fair enough.
Fair.
I think the only Pokemon I could throw out and someone wouldn't immediately want to get is my Morpeko.
And you don't even have that in your party right now, do you?
No, I don't. But, well, right as I got in position to get Titan on top of them, I saw that you actually managed to defuse it. I thought with them outnumbering you, they'd just go for it.
Again.
Now he's snoring.
Yeah, Aidan fell asleep. This was all just you guys.
I guess move Rhino to AFK and see if he wakes up at some point.
Yeah. Again, and then going to be he gives like a pat over to Shenron's side. I think I Shenron to thank for that. He's only been with us for a bit, but he definitely protective of the group now.
Well, we'll just have to wake up ahead of them and see if we can follow them. The lab is really close at this point.
Again, and noticing Aidan still going. Again, if you want, I can probably take for considering they expect me around here, and doubtful they come back. But everybody sent me here, so I can take first watch for a bit. Then I can set up to be able to wake up a bit earlier, so that we can make our way to try to catch up to them.
If you're sure, I was willing to stay up through the night if I had to, but they gave up on camping. They gave up on moving pretty fast.
Again.
Well, yeah, they were just moving somewhere else to set up a new campsite.
Yeah, and that Kate kicks his head going, nah, I'm actually considering how he decides to Reagan, because that these two wouldn't mind staying up with me because they could also do it as like quote unquote night sparring. Reagan, he just has Razor and Shenron with him going. I got good company with me.
All right.
All right. So you're going to you're going to be camping out the night, sleeping, trading off watch, and then tomorrow is when you're going to be continuing to follow them. And since we're basically right at the end of the time anyway, and Rhino is asleep, we're going to end the session here with you guys following these rogue scientists to figure out what they are up to. Well, you know what they're up to, but trying to stop them from doing it.
Okay.
And I just imagine the like the watch is really just like I just imagine Reagan, Razor and Reagan, Shenron just like almost like back to clap or like keeping watch on like by the fire with me in the center asleep with Reagan I have Reagan Apollo Reagan on me, Reagan with me and Sakura and Master like under his wing and just Yuka nearby on a tree just meditating.
I'm almost disappointed you got them to back off, because I wanted to see the looks on their faces when a giant Golurk leaned over them in the darkness.
I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised you didn't decide to because you want to take these guys to begin with. I'm not surprised you didn't take the moment while they had their guard down too let out tight.
Nah, it's fine. Getting to the lab is most important. We have no idea where the entrance is, and it's probably covered in cake frosting right now.
Alright.
As someone with experience with this kind of thing, following them is going to get us more info than just catching them.
Agreed.
Alright, so we are going to end it off there as you all sleep through the night, ready to continue following them in the morning, and the cliffhanger is that you are following them. So, next week, that is what we will be starting with as you continue to follow these rogue scientists.
Yep. And since you guys beat the co-op randomizer like instantly, tomorrow's Pokemon Stadium 2.
Yep. Tomorrow's Stadium 2. Friday is going to be Shadows Over Loathing. Saturday is GTA Online. And then, haven't fully decided on next week's thing, but I'm thinking that Sunday is going to be the Genshin Impact stream.
I have expected him to wake up from that.
Someone give Max 20 subs so he has to play League.
Oh god. Yeah, sub goal. If I receive 20 subs, whether it's gifted, resubs, or whatever, I will do an 8-hour League of Legends stream.
So
Again,
Tim, you and I are joining him for that, right?
I think we'd kind of have to, or else he'd actually want to put a gun to his head.
Jesus Christ!
It's a game he hasn't played in 7 years that he already hated back then.
Yeah.
Look, I just like being Twisted Fate and throwing cards at people.
Well, you're in good company, because after recent item changes, he's actually pretty good.
Alright. So yeah.
I actually haven't played him forever, so we'll see.
We'll see you next time for more streams and such.
Well, I can show you how broken the new dog champion with knives is.
Hey, Rhino's back.
I'm sorry.
Hey, I'll give you a recap on what happened, but we're ending the stream now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm real sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
We just
Cade
played
dealt with it all.
we just played off as Aidan was asleep.
Cade dealt with it all on his own. We're still following them.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh.
I'll explain off stream, but so yeah, we're gonna end off there. See you guys next time, tomorrow for Stadium 2, and then etc, etc.
So it's gonna
Farewell!
be a later day.
All right.